Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And yes, joined once again by Mr. Bumpy Road Brews, and he's got the appropriate glassware there too. We're drinking a Spyglass beer. They are out of Nashua, New Hampshire. They just opened up a really nice new big brewery. So you may be seeing their beers come to an area near you soon if you haven't been able to get their beers before, because their distribution is expanding, their operation in general is expanding. This is the Cosmic Background. It is a 10% triple IPA, and they actually list the hops on the side of the label here, which I like. It says a New England style Imperial IPA hopped with Citra, Mosaic, Rawaka, and Wame hops. This was canned on February 13th, 2023, so just over a week. Well, only 10 days, 10, 11 days now at the time of this review. All right, see, much better with the lighting here to get a good
Thank you, sir. Yeah, that looks
color.
nice.
This one doesn't look as though we were just drinking a beer off air, a 3-day-old beer from Treehouse.
We don't have to talk about it.
That's fine, we won't talk about it. All right. Okay, so we'll just put this off to the side.
Beautiful. Keep going on.
That is a very vibrant, bright, I would say like yellowish orange color.
Yeah, it's got a nice, vibrant white head to it too.
Got a creaminess to it as well
Murky.
with the head. Opaque, yeah. When you hold it up to the light, you can't see through it. You can see a little bit of the light coming through, but it is not.
But this is the
can't see
murky.
through
This is murky. So, because you got hazy and then you got murky. This is that murkiness. This looks like there's going to be some pepper heft to the body.
Gosh, it smells so good. The herbaceousness, the juiciness.
There's a little cereal note in there.
A little cereal grain.
No, like actual cereal.
Like Honey Nut Cheerios.
A little bit like that, but more
Multi-grain Cheerios.
Yeah.
I know what
Yeah,
you mean though. Yeah, I'm not being a smart ass. I do pick that up. I'm so happy when I drink these beers. I just look like an idiot, just smiling like a jackass the whole review. This is like 90% of the videos I put out on YouTube now are double IPAs from Treehouse and Spyglass.
Yeah.
If I could get Modest Man here, that I'd be drinking them too. But they don't sell Modest Man here. I have to rely on this guy to bring me Modest Man, or make a trip up to Maine, or Keene.
Keene, not Maine.
Not Maine, Keene, New Hampshire, to get their beers.
The same distance.
Yeah, basically, it doesn't make much of a difference. So I'm getting some tropical fruit. I'm getting some citrus. I'm getting the cereal note.
I'm getting maybe a papaya.
Yeah, papaya,
Slight
mango.
banana. Almost like a slight banana to me.
I will say this: 10%. Are you getting any alcohol whatsoever?
Not in my nostrils.
Well, I know, but is there anything to indicate?
It doesn't smell boozy.
It doesn't smell boozy at all. I mean, when you get, even with some IPAs, like you get up to this ABV point, you're going to smell a little bit of that, and I'm not at all.
I mean, it doesn't have like aromas aren't flying out of the glass. Okay, so let's swirl it. I mean, I'm not getting anything
Look at the head.
Anything from afar.
Head regen, the lacing. I mean, this is a beautiful beer in the glass.
Yeah, it's stone fruity. It's like a little peach, a little.
If we were doing the 50-point inspection, the aroma,
Citrus.
the appearance, and the aroma would get perfect scores for me on both.
It smells like it's going to be balanced.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right, let's get it. Cheers. Oh, I love Spyglass so much.
So
it's
it's a medium body, kind of a low side, medium carbonation. Does have a soft palate to it. It's nice.
It is so soft and smooth and creamy and juicy for a 10% beer, folks. That first sip, just wow.
It's got almost a Pez candy thing to it too on the finish.
There is a
like a candy note.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned the cereal and then the Pez candy. You combine the two, and what do you get? You get like Fruity Pebbles or like like a fruity cereal type of note.
Yeah,
And
but
that's kind of what
this isn't like to me. This isn't like Fruity Pebbles. It's I still get that multigrain Cheerio
Okay.
from. So I'm getting like oat, wheat, breadiness from the malt. There's a citrus tone to it, like a little bit of a lime, maybe a little bit of orange. Kind of notes that you might find in like Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
There's definitely like a mango, pineapple. Mm-hmm. So it's fruity.
I'm not getting any of that. Didn't you mention banana maybe?
I mentioned banana.
I'm not getting any banana.
I'm not getting on the palate. I kind of get, there's like a soft, it's like a soft kind of mellow fruit note. So that's why I was like banana.
This is so smooth and easy drinking. And I mean, for a 10% alcohol beer, this is unbelievable.
No, this drink's like a double, like an 8%. Yeah, there's no alcohol presence.
I don't know much about. I know like Citra and Mosaic, but I'm not familiar really with Rawaka or Wame hops. But I feel like maybe the diversity with the hop profile is kind of giving it that extra little something special that you don't get with a lot of these beers, because most of your double IPAs, you got your Citra, your Mosaic, your Centennial.
There is kind of a slight pine to the finish too.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bitterness on the finish. I don't know if I would say pine, but yeah, I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from with that, because there is a bitterness on the finish. And I think that's because it's so fresh too. I mean, a lot of people describe these beers as green, right? Like if you let it sit for another couple of weeks, that bitterness would kind of fade. Maybe that's the case, but either way, I personally like the bitterness on the finish because it's so in your face, juicy, and
it does have
it needs that balance.
It does have some softness to it, though. I'm getting a touch of lychee.
Ooh, all right, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, I could see that.
It kind of mid to finish. There's a bit of like a lycheeness to me, like kind of rose floral petal.
There is a floral, yeah, for sure. That lychee. I wish more beers.
Does that give descriptions on?
It doesn't. It just says, it does say the hops that they use. That's it.
So
that's the only description is
So they're almost doing what another half does, where they tell you what hops are in it, but then they don't tell you what the flavor notes are. Okay.
Which honestly, you know what, I like. I mean,
half the time the flavor notes that you
they don't match up, or it's not to your personal your palate. Like the Treehouse beer that I had earlier, it tells you exactly, all right, you're going to pick up on this, and this. And maybe of all the descriptors that they mentioned on the label, I got 2 of them. And then I had other things that I picked up on. So I don't really like to look at descriptors from the brewers because a lot of times they're blowing smoke. They're just like, oh, you're going to get this, and this.
The hops are basically supposed to give off.
Well, that's
notes.
true,
So
but
they
may be going off of like a sheet that says this hop and this flavor, and then give you the rundown. But they're not like drinking the beers and saying this is what we get. They're just going off of what. I mean, they may be, but
they do pay people to.
Right. Well, Spyglass, that's what I like. Yeah, they don't bother putting the flavor notes on there. They tell you the hops. Figure it out yourself, because everybody's palate's going to be different.
Basically, the thing is, this is a delicious beer. That's what it comes.
I know where I fall with this. For me, this is in the world class IPA range. I'm going to go 98, which for me is on the lower end of world class. But there's nothing about this that I don't like. The alcohol is masked well. It's fruity. It's earthy. It's bitter on the finish, so you get a balance between the initial tropical fruit and citrus and juiciness. The malt character, like we mentioned, is all over the place. There's a lot of good malt character, cereal notes, fruity, like lychee type notes, and then the bitterness and the herbaceous type and earthy hot notes on the finish, that bitterness to kind of round it out. Yeah, 98 for me.
I'll give this a 47 out of 50, which if you want to double that, that's what, 90.
The 47 out of 50 is like, that's up there. Yeah. So I would say if that was to translate to I would say that'd be like a 97 or 98. Because it's not quite double. It's more than double.
Yeah.
Because if you double it, it would be 40. Yeah, and I think it's better than. I mean, I'm saying what I think.
That's what I'm saying.
You think it's better than. I know you think it's better than
my 50-point inspection. I don't think it really the doubling it up. I don't think
it
really,
doesn't
really matches totally.
Would you say that this is close to world class?
Oh yeah, I mean, at a 47 out of 50, you're in the
that's
excellent range,
most
so.
excellent.
Yeah.
But I think we're pretty much
Most
right.
beers don't reach that pedestal. Like even beers that are like, oh yeah, I'd love to have this in my fridge all the time.
Yeah.
Most of those are only reaching like a 42.5 to 43. So
Right.
to have something that's a 47 for me is
Yeah. So I would, yeah. So I think we're both in agreement. Like, close, excellent to world class for the style and double IPA, triple IPA. I mean, 10%. I would definitely say that's triple, but you could call it a strong double, a triple. Some people don't believe in triple and
call it
quadruple.
dangerous.
Dangerously smooth and get you in a lot of trouble if you're not careful. And I don't know what the label's supposed to be, but to me it looks like a radar, like a hurricane or a bad storm coming your way. So if you don't prepare, you might be, getting in a lot of trouble.
It does.
It does look like a radar blip to me.
Or if it's like if Blair Witch Project had the heat.
Or like Predator, the heat say like
Yes.
looking at the infrared the heat signatures. So anyway, a excellent to world class beer from Spyglass Brewing Company out of Nashua, New Hampshire. If you live up in this area, definitely worth checking out this beer. Go to the new brewery right off of exit 1, right when you cross over the Massachusetts border into New Hampshire. Full food menu, great beers. You can do flights. They don't limit you like some of these other breweries do. You can get tore up from the floor up
as
as you want. But anyway, awesome stuff. Glad I got to share this with my buddy Bumpy. And
Cheers. Thanks for sharing this.
Yeah, that'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, and we'll see you right here on the next Georgia Beer Review. Until then, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.